Hello and welcome back to my humble show. I am your host for today and every other day, the articulate thinker, hopefully, here to bring you blah 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 blah. Yeah, I'm going to skip the rest of the intro because I have to go back to work in a few minutes. I don't have a lot of time on my hands or a lot of energy to make a lot of effort right now. Plus my system is buffering, if not crashing. Right now it is completely frozen up on the screen. I have no idea if you can even see or hear me. There I am. And there I am not. I'm not sure what is going on right now, but I'm having all kinds of issues, as I was yesterday when I attempted to record a show, only to have to throw it away because of all the buffering and crashing. That has been the story of my life as of late, or at least this channel. I mean, you can check out my other channels. I have 4 that I'm trying to keep up and running, but it's proving to be a little bit much for me. Maybe I'm just out of rhythm. Maybe I'm just out of sync. Sink or swim, and I'm continuing to jump in to the best of my ability. So I hope you stick around and find out what I've got for you in the long run. It's not much right now, but I will say this much. I have some news for you. News from yesterday, and I'm going to cover it as quickly as possible. So if you want some more thorough analysis, you might have to look elsewhere. I haven't even really kept up with this. I've been trying to keep up with other things. For example, the first impeachment inquiry hearing over in the House. What a clown show. It has been interesting. I'll say that much. Also, the second GOP debate was last night, and I did watch and listen to all of that, despite having technical difficulties even then. But yeah, I might share some thoughts at some point, but for now, I want to cover this. So, Arizona's Treasurer Kimberly Yee posted this on X as of yesterday. She said, "I have been notified that I will be serving as acting governor beginning later this evening until mid-morning tomorrow. Read my full statement below." And I just looked for any breaking news, and I have not seen any. So I don't know if she is still the acting governor, in which case plans changed a bit. Because, as you can see here in the caption, it says, until mid-morning tomorrow, which is now today. And therefore, you'd think there would be some kind of an announcement that she is no longer the acting governor in Arizona. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So here is her actual press release for immediate release. Date on it, September 27, of course. Yesterday, Arizona Treasurer Kimberly Yee's statement on serving as acting governor. "I have been notified that I will be serving as acting governor beginning later this evening, yesterday, until mid-morning tomorrow, today. While I am pleased to step into this role, I will refrain from naming directors to the 13 agencies that currently have vacancies and will not call the Arizona legislature into session to confirm them. That being said, I do hope when the governor returns to Arizona, the governor being Katie Hobbs, of course, she will promptly name qualified directors to these important state agencies and remove the legal uncertainty that exists for all of the regulatory actions taken by the agencies. I expect to see a swift resolution to this matter so we can get back to getting the work done for Arizona taxpayers. The people of Arizona deserve leaders who follow the rule of law." So there seems to be a little bit of animosity there, doesn't there? That's the way it reads to me. And of course, the Kerry Lake War Room account says, "Try to address the squatter problem while you're there. It's been a real issue for the last 10 months. Yeah. So, of course, Kerry Lake was defeated by Katie Hobbs without debate. And a lot of questionable things happened during that election process. Whether due to the technical difficulties on voting day Or the fact that, like I said, Katie Hobbs won't even debate Kari Lake, which seems a little bit questionable in and of itself, especially if you're the Secretary of State and you're basically controlling the election. With that being said, I'm not even a fan of Kari Lake at this point. She just seems like a grifter to me. I get tired of hearing from her, so I'm not going to read into much of anything she has to say, at least not here, not now. And that's probably because she has said so much that I couldn't possibly react to all of it, even if I could read through all of it. I'm just guessing she has said a lot about this, as have some people on social media, but it is all speculation. And if I just backtrack a little bit, we can see some of that speculation over here on the trending list. Someone says, Arizona Kari Lake supporters believing Katie Hobbs has been indicted. There appears to be a bit of a meme going on here. Okay. That seems slightly unhealthy and possibly abusive. Yikes. So that is what is being said of Kari Lake supporters. Someone else says, oh, look at this. Look at this. Governor Katie Hobbs says, Senator John McCain's heroism and service transcended political parties and reflected the values of Arizona and the nation. It is an honor to memorialize his life by announcing the establishment of the McCain Library. Is she taking part in this memorialization of John McCain? If so, that might explain why she is out of state and therefore needs a temporary replacement. Let me see if she has said anything else about this. More on John McCain, but nothing else about her own absence from office. So I'm not sure exactly why she isn't in Arizona, or that she wasn't in Arizona as of yesterday evening. Let me see what else people are saying on here. Breaking your brain. Stop reading conspiracy rags. This didn't happen. In regards to claims that Katie Hobbs has been indicted. Something else that Kari Lake would have quite a bit to say about, I imagine. Social media users are falsely claiming the Governor Katie Hobbs has been indicted by local lawmakers. No such indictment has been issued. The state legislature isn't even authorized to issue formal accusations of criminal wrongdoing. AP News headline reads, Arizona's governor hasn't been indicted by a state senate, contrary to claims of yada yada yada, bing bing boom. But then, of course, people on the right are saying, Katie Hobbs has stepped down as governor for a day, and no one knows why. There is an article here from Fox News. We'll see what they have to say about it, see if they give us a reason why. Arizona governor steps down in short absence as state treasurer, temporarily fulfills role. And no, the state treasurer is not second in line for the position, so it's not just about Katie Hobbs being absent, as she was in the aforementioned debates. Arizona Treasurer Kimberly Yee announced that she would step in as acting governor. The article continues here. On Wednesday evening, the Arizona Treasurer announced that she would serve as acting governor beginning later that evening until mid-morning Thursday amid a short absence from Governor Katie Hobbs. And it is true that we don't exactly know why. In a press release on X, formerly known as Twitter, Arizona Treasurer Kimberly Yee announced her brief tenure as acting governor, saying that she is pleased to step in this role. And this here is an image of Katie Hobbs. So I might just use this for a thumbnail. Pausing. The Republican state treasurer noted that during her less than 24 hours as acting governor, she would refrain from confirming the 13 agencies that still hold vacancies and wait for the Democratic governor to fill them upon her return. While I am pleased to step in this role, I will refrain from naming directors to the 13 agencies that currently have vacancies and will not call the Arizona legislature into session to confirm them, Yee said in the X post. That being said, I do hope when Governor returns to Arizona, she will promptly name qualified directors to these important state agencies. Blah, 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 blah. I expect to see a quick resolution on this matter so we can get the work done for Arizona taxpayers, Yee added. Yeah, what work exactly has Katie Hobbs gotten done since she won, contrary to the claims of some? Not to say there are no questions to be asked, but I'm just trying to cover the news to the best of my ability here. More so learning than teaching. I'm from the state of Washington, in case you're wondering. In a statement to Fox News Digital on Wednesday, Hobbs communication director Christian Slater explained that Arizona's constitution requires the governor to be in Arizona and the next person in line becomes acting governor. Okay, I feel like there's a typo there or something. In a statement to Fox News Digital on Wednesday, Hobbs communication director Christian Slater explained that Arizona's constitution requires the governor to be in Arizona and the next person in line becomes acting governor. I think it's just a poorly worded sentence. Regardless, since Arizona does not have a lieutenant governor and Arizona's attorney general and secretary of state were also out of state, the responsibility fell to Yee. So, Katie Hobbs is not the only one who is out of state. And also, they don't have a lieutenant governor down there. And that explains that, but it still doesn't explain much of anything. Why the absences of office, or, you know, whether she's on a vacation or a business trip. Or maybe she's actually in a state and, I don't know, had to step aside for other reasons. An emergency, medical emergency, in which case I'm sure we'll find out eventually if there's any transparency into the matter. In a statement to Fox News Digital on Wednesday, Yee's office explained why the treasurer would be acting governor since Hobbs was out of state. On background, Arizona law states that when the governor is out of state, the next elected official in line serves as acting governor. In this case, the governor, secretary of state, and attorney general will all be out of the state, leaving Treasurer Yee as acting governor. So the claim is that everyone in line is, or at least was, out of state as of yesterday. I have no idea if that's actually true or if they're just screwing around, but I'll continue to click around and find out something eventually. If not now, well, maybe in the near future. And if so, I'll do my best to cover that as well. I'm going to wrap this up here in a moment, and you can feel free to disagree with me on anything I've said, although I haven't said all that much. Let me know in the comments below what you think, what you know. I have to go back to work, but yeah, here is the aztreasury.gov website, and you can find the press release from Kimberly Yee from right up at the top, the tippy top. And here's the PDF view of it. But I've already read it because it was on her X account, her Twitter account. But I might just scroll through this trending section a little bit more, a little bit longer before I have to go. Have to go, because I technically have to go already, but I'm going to push it. So I'll wait until I have to go, not just have to go. And yes, my system, my software, whatever the case may be, is still buffering and potentially crashing. So my apologies if my video is not very vivid or something like that. I'm trying to find relevant individuals. Adam B. Bear said, no, despite the dreams of AZ Republicans, Governor Katie Hobbs has not left the governorship. Being in Washington, D.C. does not count, and Republican BS is just that, BS. Follow the law, not corrupt Republican garbage, which is why I'm not saying anything too definitive, So there's an article linked here because he seems to be saying for certain that she just so happens to be, along with her colleagues in D.C. And this article was published by the Arizona Republic 4 hours ago. Maybe they have some more recent revelations on the whereabouts. But still, if this article is from 4 hours ago, and the implication is that they're still in Washington, D.C., therefore still outside of Arizona, and then the initial announcement by Kimberly Yee was still technically incorrect or inaccurate because she said until mid-morning this morning she would be the acting governor. Republican Treasurer Kimberly Yee jumped into the fray over how state agency directors should be appointed by refusing to acknowledge the authority of two top employees given new titles by Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs. She refused to acknowledge the authority of two top employees given new titles by Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs. So yes, there is some animosity there. I don't want to read into that too much. There are some articles about some recent nominations and such in the state, but I don't think I have time to go into any of that. I will pull this up here on Google. There are some headlines from a couple of days ago. Let's see here. Arizona Governor Hobbs withdraws agency director nominees and move to sidestep Senate confirmation. So that is partly what is being referred to. Yeah, here's another headline from 12 News. Governor Hobbs withdrawing all director nominees from Senate committee. And one more headline. This one a little bit more recent from AZ Central. Arizona Treasurer excludes two Hobbs appointees from investment meeting, citing murky status. But yes, Kimberly Yee is apparently a Republican treasurer and temporary governor, supposedly. So, yeah, that would explain the animosity. Though I can't really speak to that any further. I don't know the relationship or anything about either one of them, really. I just know that I'm not the biggest fan of Katie Hobbs because of how she handled the midterm election. Let's see here. Lawyers for the Treasurer's Office and outside counsel advised her that the legal status of the employees as agency bosses was now murky, which led her to not recognize two of Hobbs' appointees. As at a state board of investment meeting, Yee told the Arizona Republic Wednesday. As a result, she said, the two appointees, Barbara Richardson of the Arizona Department of Insurance and Financial Institutions, and Elizabeth Thorson, interesting name. Wonder if she has a hammer. By the hammer of Thorson, of the Arizona Department of Administration, could not participate in the meeting. This absence of lawfully appointed director to serve from these two agencies create legal uncertainty, he said. It really does jeopardize the proceedings of the State Board of Investment and will continue to do so until the governor reinstalls legitimate directors into these positions. On Monday, Hobbs ditched the process used for decades in the legislature to appoint the heads of state agencies subject to state confirmation, writing in a letter to State Senate President Warren Peterson that she was tired of the political circus that has led to stalled appointments. By the way, if Katie Hobbs was stepping down permanently or something like that, I don't think she would leave the power in the hands of someone who opposes her on certain things. Yeah, a Republican. She withdrew her remaining nominations from the Senate's Committee on Director Nominations and bestowed the new title of Executive Deputy Director on 13 of her nominees, allowing them to skip Senate confirmations and continue their work as official agency directors. I'm not sure about the constitutionality of all that. Democratic State General Attorney or Attorney General Chris Mays backed up Hobbs' legal ability to make the decision, but Peterson said the maneuver was unlawful and warned that decisions made by what he called the fake directors would be dubious and subject to lawsuits. He said she didn't coordinate her action with Peterson or anyone else. She believes strongly in the nomination process as a former state Senate Majority Leader. She said, noting that she held up several nominations by former Republican Governor Doug Ducey when questions were raised about the nominees' qualifications. So she's keeping that same energy. Yee's keeping that same energy. She consulted with lawyers after learning that Hobbs was blatantly circumventing the law by rejecting the confirmation process, and they told her, "We could not legally recognize these individuals in the opening meeting of the Board of Investment. Under state law, the directors of the Departments of Administration and Insurance and financial institutions or their designees are members of the Board of Investment, along with the state treasurer and 2 other members assigned by the treasurer. They're supposed to meet monthly to review the state's investments." This doesn't actually even speak to the absence of office. But this article goes on, so on and so forth. I wanted to read through the rest of it, but I didn't realize it was so long. I have to go. Right away. Straight to jail. Right away. Straight to work. Right away. So that's all I have to say for today, or at least for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Keep in touch. Keep in tune. New content is coming soon. Peace.